What up, Alpha Team? It's DJ AlphaTyler back again with another reaction. And this one right here is going to be pretty dope. This is coming from an up-and-coming artist named Caleb Vibez. Now, Caleb just getting started out and hit me up to check out this track right here. Apparently, this is an intro to his music career. He's telling me, it's not terribly lyrical. Just break it down, tear it apart, give me some feedback. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, Caleb only got 17 subscribers right now, so y'all better be going and showing some love if the Alpha Team is feeling this track right here. But before we get into that, I got one thing I got to plug, and it's before the normal plugs that we got until the 18th. Now, today is the 17th, so at least for these 2 days, y'all can book some reactions to your own music over on Indie Amplify. If you're not familiar with Indie Amplify, I'm going to show you how to use it right here. You go to indieamplify.com, click up here on YouTube Reactions, scroll down right there. You're going to see your boy running that 10% off sale until February 18th, 2021. So make sure that you guys go and book some reactions while it's still up there. But for now, we are heading back to my man Caleb Vibez. Now, if y'all enjoy this reaction, y'all already know the deal. If you like the content on this channel, hit that subscribe button down below to join the Alpha Team. Ding that notification bell so that you always know when we got some new content dropping. And if you enjoy this reaction, like the video, and don't forget to head over to Caleb's original video, which will be down in the description, and like that video as well. Share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and see what Caleb Vibez is bringing with the lyric video to the song Pain. Let's get it. All right, we got the... Whoa. YouTube had a hiccup. We got the little running man. Running man was running too fast for YouTube. Let's get it.
All I know is pain, lost, running in rain, hurt, burning in flames. All I know is pain.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off already. I'm gonna say like the instrumental, the beat right here, because I don't really know the direction we're going. I don't know 100% if this is gonna be hip hop. I'm guessing it's gonna be hip hop. But it's definitely, it's kind of got that middle ground, kind of that poppy kind of sound, a little bit more, stripped down, not so hip hoppy. It's definitely not in that trap realm, and so I do applaud him if it is hip hop for not falling into that rabbit hole. He's kind of coming with that sad vibe already. I think I saw, yeah, it's tagged emo rap, and it says rock rap. Okay, I should have caught that too. But it's tagged emo rap. And so it's already, kind of projecting like that rainy day that's going on in the lyric video right here. So kudos for kind of something different. He's talking about knowing pain. He's talking about some hard times. Okay, we can all definitely vibe with that. Let's go.
Feel nothing but pain, nothing but pain.
And then there comes the trap sample right after I said it.
Look inside my soul. All I
it's not like sped up like most trap samples, so I'm not gonna knock that. Like I do enjoy a trappy snare too when it's at the right tempo and everything like that. It's just their beat makers have overused those as of late.
know is pain. All I know is pain. All I know is pain. Lost, running in rain, hurt, burning in flames. All I know is pain. Does anybody hear me?
Okay, I was about to say we're a minute into the song, and while that is definitely a vibe, that intro part might have lasted a bit long for me, but not knocking because it did end right at the point where I was kind of getting tired of it. But I get it. I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with a minute-long intro. That means you're giving people time to vibe with it. I can definitely feel that. Let's go.
All I know is pain.
One thing I would suggest though, maybe in all reality, maybe kind of mixing it up a little bit, just because I mean, all I know is pain. Really kind of going around those same 3 or 4 lines right there. that many times for a minute, I mean, it does kind of get that repetitive feel after a minute. But it does cut off right when I was getting that repetitive feel, so I'm iffy on how I would knock it. Alpha Team, let me know how you feel.
Does anybody hear me? Every day I've been asking for somebody. I understand people don't wanna lend a hand. That's why you gotta do shit for yourself or you sink in the sand.
Okay, the only thing I would say right there is nothing wrong with putting that it says in the sand. It's a basic cadence, basic flow, you know. I mean, it's kind of really, you know, just kind of running through there. It's got the right sound for this feel, for this vibe.
Feeling more alone, feeling like you'll never be known, feeling like your purpose is drowning inside this hourglass.
And what I would say too is maybe mix up the words a little bit, because it's like that pause right there. You'll never be known. You know, if you kind of artistically rethink how some of those are written, sometimes that can change it up and make it feel a little bit better.
In the sand, feeling more alone, feeling like you'll never be known, feeling like your purpose is drowning inside this hourglass.
And that's the problem. So when I first started checking out Jason JV, I kind of had the same complaint with a lot of his music. I've watched how he's grown as a lyricist, but some of his earlier stuff, he was kind of doing that same thing where he was really getting stuck on exactly what he was wanting to say, and kind of it causes that awkward pause right there. There's another one, so it's like right before "never be known." And then when he says "is" in the next line,
known, feeling like your purpose is drowning in.
see that pause after. And on the production side, I don't know if you want to keep those in. I mean, some people do. There's no issue with it if that's the vibe that you're going for, but you can audibly hear that between "is" and "drowning." So I'm gonna pay attention to the lyrics for a minute here. I'm gonna stop criticizing the flow and everything so much, because we're only a minute and 10 seconds into the song. And I do like the song, despite what I'm saying about it so far. But he asked me to tear it apart, and so we're tearing it apart.
Feeling like you'll never be known, feeling like your purpose is drowning inside this hourglass.
And see, that's a line, to me, the imagery right there doesn't add up, because we're talking about your purpose is drowning inside this hourglass. Well, you wouldn't drown inside of an hourglass because there's sand inside of an hourglass. So, I mean, you might, you know, I mean, drowning is kind of more associated with water. I get that you can be suffocated under sand, but and I get what he's talking about. He's talking about being overwhelmed by time, you know, being drowned by, you know, the hourglass passing by the passing of time and everything. Time, you know, the world, life has started to overtake you, overrun you, and kind of get control, maybe get you down, bring you down, make you feel like you're in this rut. But there's still a better way to present that. You know what I mean?
Demons surround us, watching us fall into our darkest thoughts.
Also, again, he did mention to me there were some typos in the lyric video, so I'm not hiccuping too much on those. So don't you know, try to look over those in the chat as well. But we're talking about demons surrounding us, then we go into watching us fall into our darkest thoughts. You know, when we're talking about our darkest thoughts, we're talking about the demons that are getting around. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of a surface level way to write that out there. I get where you're going to. I mean, you're talking about life's going on, life's pulling you down, you're suffocating, you're drowning kind of in that passing of time. We're having all these dark thoughts. Demons are pulling us around, they're surrounding us, they're dragging us down into all these thoughts and everything. I just think that we could rework that a little bit. You know what I mean?
Demons surround us, watching us fall into our darkest thoughts. All I know is pain, lost, running in rain.
And I might have even went a little bit deeper with this hook right here. I'm lost, running in rain, because just something a little bassier, a little bit darker. Maybe even I don't know if this was a beat that Caleb made. But if this was a beat, maybe kick up the like the 808 bass, you know, have a really good kick going in this piece, because I think that's what it's missing. I don't know if it's in the mix. I'm gonna try to listen a little bit closer to those tones, but I'm thinking that this is missing a lot of that bassy element, and this is a song with a vibe, with a feel that would sound great with just that bassy dark undertone. You know what I mean?
Pain, lost,
especially kicking in. Like, even if you waited until this time when the hook is coming around and caught it there, that would add so much depth. I feel like, you know, add that boom, boom.
Riding in rain, heard burning in flames, cause all I know is pain. I love isolation, I love hearing nothing. Nobody can bother me, I love it. Everyone is so toxic nowadays. Man, I ain't trying to fall into worse depression.
And that's true. I mean, that's kind of real true. You know, talking about everybody being fake, everybody being toxic, everybody's kind of hitting that negativity, that raw aspect of life nowadays. You know, he's not wrong in his message. He's not off base.
I don't wanna deal with your blessings. People should know I feel unearthly. Lot of strange feelings when I walk down your road. That's why I hibernate alone. That's why I keep lost inside my headphones.
Okay, so we're talking about we don't want people's blessings because he feels more earthly. He doesn't feel very spiritual. He's kind of Dylan, you know, he hibernates alone. He stays shut in, kind of shut out, shut off, sticks to his music, kind of wants to just hear the music. I mean, this whole song definitely has a vibe, and I don't want to take away from that because I like the feel of it. I like the way everything comes together. I feel like some of the wordplay, kind of some of what you're working on, especially if you're labeling yourself rock and rap, I do feel like you can kind of step it up to that next notch where you're really, you know, presenting it more kind of outside of just a basic rap cadence, if that makes sense.
Why I hibernate alone. That's why I keep lost inside my headphones. All I know is pain. Lost, running in rain. Hurt, burning in flames. All I know is pain.
Again, the timing got off a little bit right there too. I would suggest for things like that, and I don't know what Caleb's recording process is like. Number one, two things. Number one, always be recording with a metronome if you're not 100% how you want to ride the beat. I mean, you don't have to, but a metronome does help kind of in those points where the beat goes away a little bit if you're not really good at keeping that cadence without the sound. Number two is if you already have a hook that's really solid, like the last time the hook went with the beat a lot better, just reusing. There is nothing wrong with reusing that hook, even if you want to mix it a little bit different when it comes back in.
All I know is pain. All I know is pain, is pain. All I know is pain.
See, and I don't actually hate that part. Like I really. And normally I'm not huge on the auto-tune. He definitely brought some process, and I'm not sure if he was using auto-tune in that piece, but he definitely brought some process and effects in that piece right there. And I do really enjoy kind of how that turned out when normally I might shy away from those pieces a little bit or look at them as just kind of bridges. That came off sounding really well.
Feel nothing but pain, is pain. All I know is pain, is pain, is pain.
Alright, so that was the lyric video for Pain by my man Caleb Vibez. And like I said, that was not a bad song. As far as the vibe, as far as the overall feel, the overall tone, I really enjoyed the song. What I would have liked to see, I would have liked to have seen it feel a little less empty, if that makes sense. Because there were parts of that where it kind of felt a little lackey, like a little bit empty, if that makes any sense what I'm trying to say right there. In the sense that, you know, the track kind of came in and it's got this beat that in parts I felt like could have been fuller, but also, you know, when we get to the verses, you know, the verses maybe like 4 lines in each verse, and then it's kind of going when you know, if you had thrown in maybe even a flow switch, you know, maybe rap twice as fast in that second part, you could have came in. Or if you'd even changed it up and just done like some rock or something like that, like I would have really enjoyed, I think, the overall vibe a little bit more. Just because the song sounds fine. Like the song definitely has a vibe and it has a feel. And if that's what you're going for, that's fine, because a lot of things are supposed to be vibey and feely. And now Caleb's talking about this is early on in his career. He's talking about this is an introduction into his music. And so I'm excited to hear more, because I mean, the foundations are there. Like there's room to really grow from what the guy has, because he's doing a lot of really solid things in this. It's just this one right here. This one's not 100% for me, but I am looking forward to seeing more of what the guy's bringing, because this right here is a total vibe for real. And it's something, even as it is, it could set up like the next track, or it could set up some other things. So I mean, and that's where you get into talking about, you know, a lot of people get their minds blown when they realize like artists will reach out for consultation on like arrangement for albums and stuff. Like as an early track, or even like an interlude track, this right here is perfectly fine as it exists. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got for you. Y'all let me know what you think about it. Make sure that you head over, show Caleb some love. Let's find some more Caleb tracks that we want to check out, Alpha Team. I'm excited about this dude, because like I said, he sounds like he's got all the pieces he needs to really get to where he's trying to go. And you know, I'm hoping there's some insight in this for him. Just my perspective, but I do enjoy the track. I'm looking forward to hearing more. That's all I got. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all are staying safe, taking care. Don't forget to hit me up on the social medias if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button down below to join the Alpha Team. Ding that notification bell if you haven't already, so that you can always know when we got some new content dropping. And like the video if you enjoy the reaction. Make sure you head over, show Caleb some love. Let him know down in the comments on his video that the Alpha Team sent you. AlphaTyler sent you. You coming from the Alpha Team. Alpha Team love, baby! That's all I got. I'm DJ AlphaTyler, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Never go back, yeah. Remember all that said back in the good old days. It's a new day, new time to make a new rhyme. Everybody gotta find how to make the record shine. A lot of dirty laundry we've been throwing out. A lot of things said we ain't really knowing about. Reconciliation never getting shout out. Looking for assimilation and some headed clout. But remember to a time when character counted. Not